Okay, another post-gig ramble. I was not really planning to do this one because when I got home, I figured I was going to be too tired to really articulate myself. We just played a show in San Antonio and drove all the way back home to Houston. So it's now 4:15 a.m., which is par for the course for me. For us, it's we never pretty much never unless we're like over 6 hours away from home, we almost never stay in the town that we're gigging in. We like get in the van and drive all the way back home because we're usually up all night anyway. And I personally would much rather be at home than staying in some flea bag motel somewhere or sleeping on somebody's floor, you know. But anyway, I digress. Uh, Today, or I should say yesterday, was one of the first days in a while that I can recall since I've started logging my meals again where I was actually really thinking, or I should say, second guessing the choices I was making along the way. We stopped for gas at one point along I-10 as we're driving to San Antonio, and normally I would always get a snack at these stops. I'd get a Cliff Bar or a bag of pretzels or um, a bag of peanuts, something like that, or one of those little the peanut butter crackers. I love those things. But because I had been minding my calories throughout the day, and I ate a lot when I got home after I did that video after the Kima show from the night before. I was really freaking hungry, which is rare for me to be that hungry after a show, and I ate like 900 calories worth of stuff because that's how hungry I was. I figured I'll balance it out tomorrow. So I had that point when we were driving to San Antonio, I had about 700 something calories left, which was just enough for dinner. Although I knew once we started moving in San Antonio, my active calories were going to start racking up, and lose it would give me some more calories for the day. I just didn't know how many it was going to be, so I was being a bit more stingy. And I did wind up getting credited about 450 calories, I think, by the end of the night. But even after I ate my dinner there, and then when I saw the extra calories, I had a beer and a shot of whiskey. But I still had 300 plus calories left over, even after all that. So I probably could have gotten away with the snack after all, but still, I think it's good that my mind is going that way, because I used to just never think about it. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna eat because I can, and that's one of the major things that's changing for me. And it's not like I haven't been here before, but the thing I'm realizing more and more now, and I'm sure this is something I'll be saying a lot on this channel, is that this is what works for me is tracking my meals and keeping track of my calorie intake every day. The only way I'm going to be able to take this weight off and keep it off is if I keep doing this for the rest of my life. And I know that sounds ominous, and I've been rebelling against it for the longest frickin' time, because it took me a long time. As I mentioned in my first video, it took me a long time to get here in this mindset where I'm just accepting the fact that I have to do this in order to lose weight. And before I was always thinking, well, this is like sort of recalibrating my metabolism and my eating habits, and once I get it figured out, then I can just do it intuitively. I'm shaking the camera, sorry. I'm trying not to move around and shake the camera so much anymore because I think that's distracting. I always used to say to myself that once I log my meals for a while, I'll just train myself to have better habits, and then I won't have to do it anymore. And then I would stop tracking my meals, and sure enough, over time, all the weight would come back, and all my bad habits would come back because I wasn't minding it. I wasn't thinking about it. It's like out of sight, out of mind, sort of. But I don't think I have a choice. I could just do whatever and be overweight the rest of my life and keep overeating the rest of my life and pay the consequences. Or I could put a little extra effort into this and actually feel 100% better and look 100% better for the rest of my life. So why would I not make the choice? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Kind of. That's totally where I'm at right now. And I know I'm going to keep coming back around to that realization, or I'm keep coming back around to having to reiterate that. This is what I was afraid of. I'm exhausted, so I'm not really making a whole lot of sense. But I think that's all I wanted to say right now. So anyway, yeah. Good night.